Andrew Kipiling, let me begin with you, sir. How would you look at the Tianjin Declaration? What have we achieved in terms of the fact that Prime Minister Modi's words at the opening session have been actually incorporated in the leaders' declaration? It goes on to say that there's no double standards on terrorism, and terrorism in all its forms and manifestations have to be condemned.
Well, this is a major paradigm shift in the global order, not that in the sense of forming blocs, because no country would like
Recording
to make
in progress
of the United States, but the world order, which has existed since the end of the Second World War, led by a benign United States hegemony, benign in the sense that it's catering to the respecting the sovereignty of other countries, also helping to various extent the development of poorer nations. So this benign hegemony has lasted for a long, long time since the end of the Second World War, but is totally now upended by President Trump's unilateral coercion and bullying, not only against its perceived existential threat, which is China and Russia, but against its long-time allies, including India and also the transatlantic relationship of European nations, and not least its biggest neighbor and democratic neighbor, Canada. So this coercive unilateralism affecting the livelihood of people around the world, especially in the global South, who are hardly empowered to withstand this tariffs and restriction of imports. So the global South is now rallying together under the umbrella of this Shanghai Cooperation Organization, not to form a bloc against the United States, as I said at the beginning, but to recalibrate their relationship with the world's most powerful country, which is the United States.
Okay.
Not to form a bloc, but to seek ways to cooperate with one another amongst countries in the global South for a more peaceful, cooperative, and more prosperous a kind of environment, and especially in response to global challenges like climate change, terrorism, and development opportunities. But that's what's happening. And the SCO now, again, is very different from the SCO, say, even a couple of years earlier, because the SCO now consists of all the key players in the global South, countries which have powerful countries which have recently joined. And that includes, because the SCO was formed and led originally by Russia, China, along with the landlocked countries in Central Asia. But now it's included countries in the so-called middle corridor. The middle corridor is a conduit of infrastructural development linking Central Asia with China and then with Europe through the countries like Azerbaijan and Armenia, bypassing the troubled spots in Russia, and also includes Turkey, Egypt, and above all, I mean, powerful, rich countries in the Middle East, Saudi Arabia, Qatar, UAE, Bahrain, Kuwait, and additional countries in Asia, including Cambodia. So you can see that all the key players in the global South are now rallying under the umbrella of the Shanghai Cooperation Organization.
Okay, let me bring in Ambassador Dogra.
Ambassador Dogra,
in terms of optics and also in terms of substantive outcomes, do you think that this Tianjin SCO will be seen as a turning point?
Well, thank you, Maria.
let me start with the car ride between
Yes.
Mr. Putin and Mr. Modi. Two thoughts crossed my mind. One, I hope soon in future, since we manufacture so many cars ourselves in India, that the next time Mr. Putin comes here, which is in December, hopefully, he will ride in one of our own cars with Mr. Modi. The second thought connected to it is that hopefully one day will come when she will ride the same car with Mr. Modi, because that will really be the turning point that you're referring to in terms of SCO. Now, coming to SCO and its turning points, in fact, SCO has gone in through a number of incarnations and reincarnations. It started not just as SCO, it started as Shanghai 5 in 90s, 1990s, because China had territorial issues to sort out with four Central Asian countries. That's why Shanghai 5. Then in 2000, before 2000, when China started having issues of terrorism, especially from Uyghurs, then it expanded that Shanghai 5 and transformed it into SCO, principally on the issue of how to tackle terrorism. Later on, and as I was telling another channel, in 2002, I started the initiative in India that we must become a member of SCO, because this is one forum which gives a meeting of minds and an opportunity for leadership to meet regularly on an annual basis and sometimes even more. And I'm glad that fructified, and finally in 2017 we joined. Today there are 10 members of SCO, and in all, including the guests, 20 were present in China. Another remarkable thing is how the world has changed since you started with transformations and changes. The UN Secretary General was also there. Did anyone even notice him?
That's an
Has,
interesting point there, sir.
has
We
any
seem to have all
media
missed that.
has any media, not just in India, any media in the world even remarked on his presence? So that shows that the world is changing. I'm not saying world order will change, because that's a big issue, and I think we'll be misreading that point if we say world order is going to change. That's a huge undertaking. But the world is changing, and its priorities might be changing, and hopefully SCO and through SCO and otherwise, the global high table seating arrangements will change. By this, I mean that England and France, countries which are no longer the same as they were, let's say, immediately post World War and thereafter, have to give up their seat on the high table, global high table, Security Council, to countries like India, which are more deserving. So SCO may be an instrument, despite China's reservations against India on the Security Council, that there may come a point when SCO becomes the trigger for a change at the Security Council and India gets its deserved place. That will be the real transformation of SCO.
Okay.